Hello guys, how are you? Today I want to take you on another voyage, on another trip, building the pirate ship from Revell at 1/72nd scale. I know, guys, I know that this ship didn't exist, and why the hell would a modeler, build a ship that doesn't exist? Well, I really like this one, okay? I respect all opinions, but this one, despite the fact that it never existed, it is indeed a beautiful, beautiful ship. And it has a lot of detail. It has indeed a lot of detail. The size, it's a very, very good size for your shelves. This texture that the kit brings, as you can see, some modelers say it is a bit exaggerated, and I can agree with that, but I like it. I think it's cool. I think it compensates, because this is not wood, okay? Wood is something very, very different. It has a lot of pieces, and this exquisite detail. This deck, look at this wood texture. This is very, very good. And if some modelers defend that this didn't existed on deck, and I can agree. On the other side, on the other hand, gives it an extra detail and a bit more appealing. I think, at least I think. So you can see now that regarding the level, it is very good. Cannons 36, if I'm not mistaken, 36 cannons, and has this stern and bow decorations that are truly exquisite. You can see here the texture on the hull, on the walls, and on the deck are very, very, very good. This kit has a few blunt, very big mistakes. We will address it when the time comes. But for now, yeah, it is a kit that fits good. It's a very good kit, brings a very acceptable and kind of realistic texture. The instructions, as you can see, are awesome. You can actually step by step build this kit if you follow the instructions exactly by the rule. Even the amount of rigging and the measurement in centimeters of the rigging, you can actually build it without any kind of problem. Also painting it. I won't be painting this according to the instructions. However, good instructions, very well detailed. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you are safe, and come along with me. And we start by the base, by the piano. On the base, on the piano, after cleaning the parts, I used some products that I never used before. Now, first of all, I bought it, I paid it with my own money, and I'm testing them. Yes, I am advertising them here because we cannot escape from that, right? But even so, I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was my first time using these products, and well, I was surprised. And I can say that I enjoyed it very much. It was fast and fun. I'm using the Ammo MIG wood paints, and I also bought the oils. The applicator, I don't know how to call it. And first we start with a white primer base, and then we apply a light wood first coat, let's say, and it's important that it's on this color. And after that we let the paint just cure a bit, no problem at all. The paint flows very well on the airbrush, and I was surprised. I bought this these oil brushers, and used this dark brown to try to simulate the wood grain on the piano, on the base. And all I can tell you is that it was surprising. It's not perfect here because this is my first attempt, okay? In my defense, I have to say I did this 3 times because I was happy with the results, but not that happy, you know, when you have to try. But the paint flows and went so well that I applied another coat of white primer and tried again, and it went very well. As you can see, I'm stretching the oils the max that I can, and not bad. For a first attempt, not bad at all. It already looks a bit like wood, if you allow me. Here we can see the before and after, because I'm turning. Here you can see the before and after. And then I led my attention to these supports, these stands. I had to be a bit more careful because of the indentations, the detail of the wood. I had to clean it thoroughly, so what you are seeing here on my second and third attempt was better cleaned, but even so, you can see the difference. And it's the first attempt that I do with these products and with this technique, and yeah, I was kind of surprised. Actually, it was fun, it was fast, and well, it was a bit surprised because I usually don't listen to opinions regarding this, and I was surprised. As you can see now, not bad at all for a first attempt, and this is only my first attempt, and it already looks piano, a wood grain piano. All I had to do, right, yeah, as you can see, all I had to do was to seal with a satin coat of clear orange, and the base just took that noble kind of wood. I was very surprised and I enjoyed it a lot. And after painting everything, I gave it a dry brush of light brown. I think I don't film it here because I was distracted, but even so, in the end, on all my 3 attempts, I did everything that I show you here. I did on the other 2, just cleaned it up a bit, and as you can see, this is the before, and it's plastic, it's boring, and this is the after, and this is my first attempt. As I'm always saying this, I'm sorry, but yeah, not bad at all. I'm going to use these oils more for weathering. They're very practical. The applicator, well, I'm no product critic, but the result, as you can see, it's very good. And now I turn my attention to the hull. The hull, it was pretty easy, 2 halves. Just use some clips to put it together. As you can see, I used plastic Tamiya glue, that lemon one, and this quick cement glue, and then I primed it matte white because on the instructions it is, and I thought that it would be a good color to start. More ahead you will see that I weathered also the white because I was weathering all the top. Why would I keep the white immaculate on the bottom, right? So that's what I did. One of the things I had to pay attention, obviously, on this kit and on all others are the seam lines. This kit fits very well, but that doesn't mean that in the corners, in the angles, it doesn't turn those nasty, pesky seam lines. I used Vallejo, that acrylic filler, and it is, with the applicator, it is very good. And here, as you can see, once again, I am trying to give the same wood effect I gave on the Santa Maria. Remember that video? If you don't remember that video, I have a video of the Santa Maria. You can check it out. It's my last one, so just go one video back. And I'm trying to give black matte color, as you can see, because I need a black base on this. And then I used that light wood color and tried to play a bit with the tones, with the painting. The paint is flowing very well on the airbrush. I can't remember the air pressure, but well, you are better airbrushers than me. You apply it much better. I just had to apply the same varnish coat that I applied on the piano, okay? And then I made, and this time I made dark brown wash. And as you can see, I'm applying it, well, not like a filter. A filter would be much lighter with less pigment, but I just want to dirty the surface. I don't want this to be on the surface like this. I apply it and immediately, and I say immediately, I clean it with a paper cloth very, very gently. All this obviously after the clear coat sealed and cures, guys, obviously. So now I am cleaning the deck, and I don't know if you notice the difference between with and without the wash, but it's great. And then using a Rotring 0.5 Tiki pencil, exactly like I did on the Santa Maria, I go on the horizontal detail of the boards of the deck, okay, and try to complement, try to make better the wash. And here, if you think that it's easy to do this with a camera, I'm using the visor of the camera to orientate myself, and it's not easy. It's not easy. I just wanted you to know, because this is one of the hardest things I did on the build, okay? And now I'm going making the boards more clear and highlighting that detail. I enjoyed making this very, very, very much. Now let's talk about the walls, the wooden walls. I'm using ochre here, yellow ochre. It's a color that matches kind of HMS Victory. And I used the same process, but here I took a chance. You don't see me seal after applying the coat. I didn't use varnish, okay? If anything went wrong, it was my responsibility and mine alone. I applied the wash after the paint cured, and that's a risk. Why? Because I wanted the tone to not be so orange because of the clear coat, you know? And as soon as I applied it, I cleaned it very, very, very gentle. Very, very gently. And I think that I got one lucky, or I nailed it. Because you are going to see, now you're trying to see that, you're seeing that it is a bit better, right? It's not only the ochre without the weathering, and this is with the weathering. And this is where the plastic texture helps. It actually helps. And if you use it well, very simply, with the wash, you can obtain great results. Okay? And now I can seal it now. Now it's different. Now I want to protect and to keep all that kind of a dirty, grimy, texturized effect. And it's kind of ironic that in order for you to apply dry brush, you have to first soak the brush in paint. But yeah, it's dry brush. Now you have to clean it, and clean it very well, to the point that only almost dust particles are left. And I'm trying to give a highlight to the wood texture on the upper wall, upper side of the boat. And to paint those small deck details of the hatches and all, I just used this brown from Umbro. I like very much, despite the smell, which brings memories from my childhood. Yeah, it's a very beautiful brownish satin color. And enamel paints, well, they're a bit toxic, we know, but they settle so well on the surface, right? They are perfect. You cannot go wrong with these paints. So I use these enamel paints sometimes for details. I have a lot, but they are rare, as you know. And now I am going to use acrylic paint markers to paint the details on the hull. I used a lot. You know, since I first built the Vasa, and I have a Vasa build here from Revell also, that I am a fan of acrylic paint pen. They are very practical. You have a lot of control, okay? And you do wonders. You can do wonders with it. Here also, I also like mission models. This black, because it flows so well on the airbrush. It is perfect. This one and the gold, as you know, I use mission model paints, period. But the gold and this black, especially the gold, I really love the gold. You will see more ahead, I use it, and you cannot deny that that gold is amazing. So this is now an acrylic paint pen. I am using it, as you can see, to paint these small but long details on the ship. And I use it also for those indentations, those sculptures. I use them a lot on this build, and they are very, very practical. One thing you have to be careful here, the corners. There are some tips that doesn't go exactly where you want, you know, because the corners doesn't help. So you have to tip a brush on the same paint and finish the bit. But for those who say I don't finish the corners here it is. Practical, a lot of control that you have on the fingertips, on your fingertips, and it is very good. And the inside walls, I used that red. Also in the first years of the HMS Victory, it was paint red. And I used 2 coats because the bottom, the base is black. But I used the same dark oil wash. And I like to think that it went good, as you can see. Of course, that everything that I do here, I go on top again in the future and make it better, because there are always some steps. The airbrush doesn't go very well and you have to make it better. And as I told you, I am just dirtying a bit the hull. I didn't want it to go that exaggerated, you know, but not new, because new would be, I don't know, the ship didn't exist it, but you know, if I'm weathering the top, why would I leave the bottom just pure white and all brand new? Again, these pens are priceless, guys, priceless. I am advertising, I know, but here in modeling we cannot escape, right? If we use a product, we want to share what we did, and sharing the brand, it's something that you have to do it, right? But as you can see, you have a lot of control using these pens. And if there is one advice I can give you, is really try to maintain the consistency on the build. Here I'm working on the gun ports, and the gun ports have exactly the same treatment as the walls, the wooden walls. Why? Why not? Obviously, when the ship was painted, it was fully painted. The doors were not opened, so the paint just was applied in the same exact way as the rest of the ship. And this happens when you are building a model and you just put something aside. My advice is, if you are building the starboard side or painting the starboard side, try at least to paint the port side, the stern, because that way you keep the consistency of the build. The paint settles exactly the same way. You apply the wash exactly the same way, because it's a little bit like cooking. You have that hand already calibrate to that wash, to that build, you know? Just an example. So my advice is, try to keep the build and the color and the weathering consistent in all sides of this model. And you already noticed that I use these marker acrylic pens a lot. Well, I have something to say to you. I will use them a lot more. But on the gold, I use them as a base. I then used a brush with that mission model gold paint, and I went on top of it to make it better. As you can see, these are priceless. I cannot say it enough. I applied the same kind of wash on the gun ports also. Okay, again, try to keep it consistent. And until now, I can tell you, it is a very, very enjoyable build. On the rudder, the metal hinges, I painted it, as you can see, black, and then I used the same technique I used in the Santa Maria with the pencil, this graphite dust, because it makes it look a lot like metal. But then with the matte coat, it turns a bit down, okay? And as you can see, mission model paints for me, they are great. No problem. They apply very well if you follow the rules, if you follow the parameters of the paint. They are awesome. And I washed the interior walls also, okay? But now I am going to remove, because I painted everything, I have to remove the places where where I'm going to glue the pieces, because I don't want paint just blobbing all around and creating a mess. So I'm sanding all the contact points, removing the excess paint, making just the plastic on the piece in order for me, when to glue it, it goes well. And we are now starting the assembly. We start by the decks. It fitted very well, this kit has no kind of fit issues whatsoever. It fits everything like a glove. The kit is very easy, I would dare to say, to assemble. You just have to be careful, okay? Dry fit everything. In modeling, I'm always saying dry fit, dry fit, dry fit. And everything you see me do here, I just dry fit it first, because I have to know where the pieces are going to fit. If I miss a spot and there's a gap, that gap will come later and bite me in the butt, because it will create a discrepancy. And after that, it's like when you slip on the top of the stairs and you don't stop falling until you're down. It's exactly the same thing. However, this kit fits very, very well. Please dry fit first always. And if you're new to the channel and if you're here for the first time, I give you a warm welcome. I sincerely hope you find the content both informative and above all enjoyable. For those who have been supporting the channel, a heartfelt thank you. Your support means the world. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing because it's free and goes a long way in helping this channel grow. As you know, this channel is one-man channel. I do everything here, from the editing and the build, of course. So, to all my followers and supporters, your opinions and insights are invaluable. I'm constantly striving to improve, so any feedback or any info you can share, it's greatly appreciated. As the cold winter days set in, you know, I find solace in model building. It's a therapeutic escape for my mind. Above all, thank you for being a part of this journey, and let's continue to grow and learn together, okay? Thank you very much. And now, cannons. 36 cannons, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, correct me in the comments, but I think I'm not. And first of all, I'm doing what you guys do when build cars, removing the mold lines. And now, as you can see, guys, I take a lot of notes. I know I have the instructions, but those small mixing paints, you know, I take note of everything because I want to keep the build consistent, okay? And as you can see, not bad. This is plastic, guys. It's plastic, and it's not bad in detail. These are very, very good. I mean, 36 cannons, well, I still have to put a few on the deck, but despite everything, yeah, it's good. And as you can see, guys, my hands shake a lot. So those of you who comment that cannot do this because their hands shake a lot, if you are watching now, yeah, don't give up because of that. My hands do shake a lot. And now we're going to put the first part of the rigging, a 12 centimeter rope in the front. I am going to replace the thread. I'm going to use this much better quality rope. I hope that this improves the build, gives it a bit more quality look, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. And in this kit, don't forget, you only place the walls when you place the cannons, okay? Don't go and skip 1 or 2 cannons because we're being lazy, or you're being lazy, and then, okay? And you'll have to check also the position, because you have an anchor point for the cannon, but don't trust it, okay? You know, dry fit several times in order for you to see if the cannons fit. And now the bow of this pirate ship. I like this bow, fits very well. And here in this scene I am employing Vallejo acrylic putty with an applicator. This putty offers precision in filling the gap, ensuring a seamless finish. What sets it apart, it's easy to use. After application, excess putty can be effortlessly removed with water. Only water. And as you can see, we are using the same marker, and we are now putting the upper wall of the starboard and port side on this model. Tell me if you like the weathering, please. I'm kind of divided between it could be better and I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a bit insecure in this. And now, do you remember when I told you that Mission Model gold paint is one of my favorite gold paints? And it is. It is indeed. And I don't care if I'm publicizing this or not. Look at this. I apply the paint. It's a liquid paint. Just flows perfectly on the airbrush. And you can see the shine of the gold and the color. It's beautiful. Look at this, guys. And in the end, with a wash, perfect. Perfect. As you can see, I am trying to make the more I can on this kit, painting a few details, improving something that I might have missed, and it's how it is, guys. It's a kit, easy to build. This wash went amazingly, went perfect on this. These details are intricate. I know, again, the ship doesn't exist, but you can't deny it. It is a beautiful representation, right? So, guys, I hope you are well, you're safe. I hope you keep modeling, guys. I hope you do keep modeling. Always, always with a smile. Until the next time, see you soon.